What can you tell me the difference between working for Vince Sr. and Vince Jr.?
Oh, night and day. Night and day. Vince Sr. was a real diplomat. You know, he treats you just like one of the family. And in the beginning, I didn't have anything to do with the guy that's running it now, this Vince McMahon, because he was a young guy, you know. I think I'm a year older than he is. So he was in the announcing end of it, you know. So he'd do the interviews on the mic for the TV and stuff like that. And he's a good guy, you know. We became friends, and we used to drive up and down the East Coast, all the way from Washington D.C. to Bangor, Maine, over to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, we covered the whole thing. He'd like to take me to the different TV stations, introduce me to the TV managers and stuff. You know, one of our main eventers, Ken Patera, you know, and blah, blah, blah. And so I'd shoot the shit with them and whatnot. So anyway, and then, so he really didn't have anything to do with the promotion. His dad let him promote a few towns like New Haven, Connecticut, and some towns up around Boston. And then as the years went on, this is back, that would have been around 78, 79. And then, you know, his dad gave him more authority going into the 80s. And then his dad got colon cancer.
Right.
And so he got too sick to work anymore. So that's when Vince took over. His dad gave him the business, or supposedly sold him the business for $1 million or whatever. Well, his dad had partners, 4 of them, I think. Willie Gilsenberg was one. Phil Zacco was one. Gorilla Monsoon and Arnie Skolin. Those were his partners. So his dad passed away, and so the deal was that his dad was gone now, so he'd buy his partners out. So he's telling me, I was visiting Vince at his new mansion, and he told me the whole story about, you know, he'd make 4 payments, 4 equal payments in a 1-year time frame. So he made the first payment, the second payment, the third payment, then things got tight. So his partners didn't think that he could honor the 4th payment. And if he couldn't pay the last quarter of that $1 million, then the whole thing would revert back to the original partners.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you wouldn't believe it, Ken, when I opened up that briefcase and pulled that $250,000 out, my last payment, my last installment payment, those guys couldn't believe it. They all freaked out. And that's when I became the sole owner of the WWF. I said, well, God bless you. I said, that's good. So anyway, yeah.
How did you like working for Vince Jr.?
Well, he wasn't a diplomat like his dad. You know, he was all business, you know. He went from a pot smoking, fun loving woman chaser to, you know, just brass tacks type of guy. And so I kind of fell out of friendship with him. And we were basically the last 6-7 years I dealt business with him. You know, we were I don't know, but probably the last 4 years, I guess. And we were just, he was the boss, I was an employee.